Welcome everybody. Let's take a look what's happening in the market. We're going to review all the products here. Don't forget to join me Friday morning for a live stream on Twitch to review all these products before the market opens. Okay, so that'll be 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time here in Texas. And as always, I will put up a replay on the Discord server for those that miss it. But you really want to watch that before the market opens because it's going to help you prepare for the day. Okay, whereas this, we're reviewing products afterwards, right? Okay, let's get started here. Let's first look at the Dow Jones Transportation. We're going to be looking pretty much just at the daily charts. In the Twitch live stream, I look at a lot of the hourly charts, so a lot more informational in the morning. Okay, we can see today just kind of had a greenish day, small green day. Not a big day. Yep, 9-4. Just making sure Dow Jones. Yep. Got the right date. Okay, so kind of a small day there, tracking sideways. Next low September 12th, but yeah, made this run up right here, just sitting there going sideways right now. It is bullish here, so we'll wait to see if this takes a little dippy do down here into September 12th. Probably will. But right now it looks kind of bullish to me. Let's go to the Russell 2000. Today was a smallish day, range of about 27. Very similar to the Dow Jones. Here, the cycle low, September 23rd. Looking a bit bearish here, at least temporarily. Looks like this wants to keep going this way. Looks like it wants to cross over. I expect more market decline here in the Russell 2000. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Same thing. Small day. Range 262. It's already crossed over here. Starting to look a little bit negative. Probably a little bit more to go here before it runs out of gas. This over here is what? November 13th is the cycle low for this huge cycle. Okay, so that's right around election time here in the United States. Let's look at the Japanese market, Nike 225. Switch over to the daily here. Same thing, almost identical to the NASDAQ. A little bit more to go, crossed over. This is in negative territory, by the way. So momentum is negative here on the Nike 225. So if it stays negative, because this is probably going to get down here, probably do a little bounce. It depends how strong this bounces. If it's real strong, this could get back up into positive. But if it just, doesn't get going and does one of these deals, because if it stays negative down here in momentum, that'll impact, how the SMI oscillates. So we're going to watch this pretty carefully in the Japanese market. Right now it looks bearish, but it may run out of gas here down on the downside and start making its way back up here soon. But for now, this is definitely bearish. Okay, let's look at the Japanese yen. I said last couple days that I thought Japanese yen was long. If it did this, which it did, didn't come down, didn't touch the bottom, super bullish up here, way above the zero line. Momentum on the daily chart, this thing is rocking, and I still think it's a long. This is going to go a little bit higher probably and get up into here a little bit. So you want to trade The yen, yeah, I think it's still long. Be mindful, September 24th might see a little pause in the yen. Might pull back into that. But for now, based on what I'm seeing, Japanese yen is good to go for long side trade. Looks really nice. Okay, let's look at the euro futures, euro dollar futures. Yeah, it's got that bullish look to it. It's done a pretty decent pullback here. Looks like it wants to do that. Momentum has crossed over up here, but it's still very bullish territory for momentum. So I'd wait maybe just a little bit longer. Make sure this thing's starting to curl up here really good. And when it does, I'd go long on it. If it pauses here though and starts dipping down even more, then yeah, that could happen. So I'd wait a little bit. You could try to go long now, but it's a bit risky. I think it's a little soon. September 24th is the cycle low there. Cycles are a little bit shaky here. Like we may have a change in cycle behavior. There may be something right here. I'm just looking to see if that makes sense. It might. Yeah, kinda. There might be a cycle right there, like kind of a phase cycle. We can put it in there for now. I'll keep an eye on this 2-cycle thingy going on. So that was September 2nd. This next one out there is September 24th. Okay. Let me put it up there. Sep 24. Okay, that's going to be the yellow one. Make it 18, make it bold, get the alignment going here. Bam. Okay, and then the green one is October 2nd. So they're not that far apart from each other. We'll just throw the hair. Put it like that for now. Sounds good to me. October 2. Bam. Yeah. And that's green. Okay, so there's your cycle lows. This probably won't stay this way, but for now we'll keep these 2 cycles. All right, let's look at the British pound. Very similar to the euro dollar, not quite as low here on the SMI. Hasn't crossed over, still very bullish. May not be done here. Whatever. Something like that. Hard to say. This, that. Okay, only 20 days out approximately. 21 days till this cycle low. So, you know. Probably going to pull back some more here before it's done, but I think inevitably, as long as it stays in positive territory, this is going to be a nice long side trade. Just right now, maybe I wouldn't touch it just yet. It's a little bit unfinished. Let's look at, let's see. I want to look at gold. What's happening with gold? Gold just continues to monster mash, very bullish, way up here. Didn't touch the bottom there, and we're going to see if it touches the bottom here. It may not. For now, momentum is still very strong. This is a cycle low over here. This cycle low didn't even really happen at all. And you know, these cycles, boy, this thing is so bullish. Figuring out a cycle in this mess is not so easy. Right, just kind of that around. But there's something right there, looks kind of good. That's a little bit okay. Yeah, okay. It's okay. These cycles are just okay. They're kind of just washed out because this product is just so friggin' bullish. So I think, like I said, probably get a temporary pullback here. We'll wait to see if this does. No matter what happens, I think gold is going to hit 3,000 in the next few years. Gold is going to go to the moon. And every time I look at the gold product, I talk about this. Why do I think gold's going to hit the moon, go to the moon 3,000? Because the United States, in particular here, is $35 trillion in debt. It can't be solved. It won't be washed away with some stupid little lending rate adjustment. Oh, we're the Federal Reserve. We're going to do a little lending rate cut here or add back there a quarter of a point or a half a point. Look at us go, go, go with our little pom-poms and cheerleader bullshit. Oh, I said bullshit out loud. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, right. It's total baloney, right? I mean, the Federal Reserve can't do a damn thing with their stupid lending rate adjustments with $35 trillion in debt. They're just a bunch of Mickey Mouse clowns, okay? Until Congress gets serious, until whatever president's in the White House gets serious and admits that the United States is default, that the dollar totally sucks, that we're a banana republic, and we need to make massive changes to the way we live in society. This $35 trillion in debt is going to crush the United States. So gold's going to go to 3,000. There's no getting out of it. There's no waving some magic wand to make it all go away. Now, they could play some games and just not pay the debt. Of course, that devalues the dollar even more. There's no getting out of this catastrophe that they built, right? Between Congress and corporations and lobbyists and socialists and all the jackwads in the world who have sucked the blood out of America, the chickens are going to come home to roost on this one, folks, and there's no getting away from it. Mark my words, it's going to happen probably within the next 10 years. There will be a massive, massive economic collapse in the United States, and gold is going to go to the moon. So that might not happen right away, but it's probably going to happen. Meantime, gold looks like a little dippy-doo here. As long as it stays positive territory, once we come out of September 26th, I think it's going to go higher. Probably. Rate cut could change this, change the picture for a little while for gold. But I don't think it's sustainable. I think gold will rebound at some point after they get done playing their stupid political games with the rate cut nonsense. All right, let's take a look at crude oil, which has been getting smacked down, and I think it's going to get smacked down even more. There you go, 69. I said that crude oil will get below 70, and I think it'll go down into the lower mid 60s, and I think it's going to do that. Look at this. Super negative momentum. It was already massively negative momentum. It's crossed over even further negative below the zero line. So bouncy bounce, crash, bang, boom, whatever. Maybe over here it can get some legs underneath it. Right now this thing is absolutely getting crushed, and I don't think it's done. There's going to be probably a decent bounce in here coming up, but will it overcome all this negative momentum? Probably not. Get up here, I don't know, 76 bucks. 74 bucks, or I should say points, and then crash them. Okay, I think we're going to get down into the mid 60s, low 60s. This is not over. Temporary bounce, then crash even more. All right, that's crude oil. Let's look at corn. Corn's going on a little run here. Going on a run. Okay, and it's way up here, hasn't rolled over yet, and could it go positive momentum? It could. There's work to be done. Work to be done. So temporarily we got a nice little bullish run. Might have to make an adjustment here to the cycles. And matter of fact, since I'm looking at it right now, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's look to see if the cycles change, because that looks like a low to me right there. Going to try to figure out where this cycle low is, because that looks definitely like some type of low. It's going to get a little shaky with this product. Figuring this out's a little challenging, but probably right about there is the big lineup. And why do I say that? Because that looks like there's definitely a low there. This is a little washy, but it's there. That's right there. A little late, but we'll take it here. Or this one. This one's washy as well. That one's definitely prominent, so we can see it's there. This one's good, a little late, but that's all right. This one's right here. That one's really good. So overall, these cycles are probably okay. All right, so we're going to change into our favorite color of yellow and rework the cycle. That's how we do cycle analysis. We don't cry about it. We just adjusted it and move on. October 10th. Could be a pullback here going into like the third week of September. Probably going to happen on corn. In the middle of that cycle is my guess. All right. October 10th there. But it may not have enough gas to get positive and keep it there. Okay, the big test will be, does it get above this? Does it get above this, which was a high of 423 and a quarter? That's kind of, to me, the big test is that line right there. If it gets above that, then we could say things are looking bullish. But right now, this is, even though we have a bullish run going, momentum is still bearish. This has work to do before we can say it's in a more of a permanent bullish kind of state, or semi-permanent. Okay, that's corn. There's your cycle low. What else? Let's look at XLP. Look at this thing. Ripping again. I said yesterday this thing was a long. Yesterday closed at 83.09. Today it's 83.48. I said for you options traders, this ETF is the one to trade long. Bam, it goes up again. And why? Curly up. Way up here. Curls up. Super bull. This thing's got bigger set of you know what and horns than anything else in the market. This thing is monster mashing. It doesn't care that the stock market's pulling back. Doesn't care. Consumer staples. Spider's consumer staples. That is the go-to ETF for making some money for trading long. Okay. Still is. I don't think it's going to run out of gas. It's curling up. Consumer staples are costing everybody an arm and a leg. Their little children are running for cover. The dog's the cat. The third mortgage. The old beater pickup truck. You name it. It's all for sale because everybody is hurting so bad. Consumer staples are on a rampage. This thing is rivaling gold. It's so much on fire. Okay, there's XLP. Really love this ETF. At some point it may die a miserable death, but for now it is still ripping. Let's see what else we need to cover here. We can take a look at silver, I guess. Silver looking very bottomish, trying to go negative momentum here. It probably will go negative. I'd be cautious about silver. Might do a little bounce and then down again. This is really kind of on the precipice. It's still positive, barely positive momentum, but it's hanging on by a thread. If it turns and burns, great. But there's your cycle low, September 24th. Gold, silver looks a little bit shaky, kind of right along with gold. They're both looking a little shaky right now. Silver is one of those interesting metals. It's both an exotic metal, is collector's kind of metal, a hedge, but also an industrial metal. It's both. Whereas gold is more hedged than anything else. So, temporarily, silver may pull back some more here. May. It's really kind of an in-between state because it's right in the middle of this cycle, pulling back. Very common to see something do that on futures products. Up, bang, right in the middle of the cycle. So maybe you get this little bounce like this, down again. I don't know. They will have to see what momentum's doing. Does it stay up? Does it get down into here? We really got to watch this momentum, and then we'll know what to do as we go into this next cycle. But for now, I don't think it's quite done going down yet. All right, that's silver. Okay, let's look at the S&P 500 daily chart. Small day, range of 58. Wouldn't call it small, but smallish compared to the previous day. Momentum has crossed over here, but it's still in positive territory. This may get down here, run out of gas going down, and then bounce. Okay, probably. So kind of in that little area where we're waiting to see it run out of gas. Hasn't done it yet. Looking for a little bounce here, possibly coming up. Okay. November, whatever that is over there, November 13th is the cycle way out there. Again, that one's a little bit just past election time here in the United States of America. And you all know my feelings about the election. The Democrat socialist dingleberries will try to steal the election. But let's all pretend that didn't happen in 2020. No, it's just a big conspiracy theory that George Soros and Alex Soros and Dominion voting machine and the backpacks full of ballots that were being stuffed in drop boxes all over America during COVID didn't happen. Let's all just pretend it didn't happen. Right. Yes, the election was stolen in 2020. I don't give a crap what anybody on the left thinks. That's what happened. And it'll probably be done again, or at least attempted. So what do I think about Donald Trump and his chance to get into the White House? It's one of these deals. Let me tell you what it is. This is the analogy. You're the away team, right? You're playing a game of football or soccer or baseball or basketball or whatever sport, and you're away at the, in the enemy's camp, so to speak. And the referees love to rule against you. So you're going to have to beat the team and beat the referees and the umps to win the game. And that's what Donald Trump has to do if he wants to get back in the White House. Not only does he have to get enough votes, but he's got to get huge amount of votes to overcome all the cheating that's going to happen. All right? Yeah. So that's what's going to happen during election time. Something extraordinary is going to have to happen for Donald Trump to get back into the White House. Otherwise, they're just going to steal the crap again. And then who knows? Maybe we'll have a civil war here in the United States. Because guess what? Everybody in the United States, many tens of millions of people are armed to the teeth in the U.S. And yes, Americans will use their frickin' guns probably if they absolutely have to. But we haven't quite arrived there yet. But we might, especially got Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, California. And illegal immigrants beating up on police in New York City. And I could go on and on and on with the bullcrap happening here in the United States. So Americans will have to grow a pair of balls at some point and decide to take back their nation or just die a miserable death. Either way, something's going to happen. All right, so that's it there on the S&P 500. I think it's going to bounce, but it hasn't done it yet, so caution is necessary. Let's take a look at the intraday charts. Where were the trades of the day? All right, 15-minute chart. This is where it took place. This is where the big move made. This was the best chart to do the trade of the day right here at 7:45 in the morning. I mean, there's your signal right there, smack dab. It's actually a really great signal. Why? It's on its way up. It's happening right there. Beautiful. Momentum's going positive. I mean, this is like, take me to your leader on the moon. It's like perfect entry. I mean, this is like handing you on a silver platter or gold platter. Please trade me long. And to the moon it went. There's your trade of the day. Doesn't get much simpler than that. Get us plus indicator once again absolutely nails it. And if we do this conservatively, we run from 55.30 up to about 55.55. So I would say about 25 points here pretty safely. And that's about $1,200 and $25, if my math is right. Something like that. $1,250. Yeah. $1,250. Yeah, $1,250 trade right there in the old banking. Cha-ching. That is the trade of the day. Beautiful thing. You want to join and become a member? Come and join. $7.99 up per month. Super cheap. The membership's probably going to pay for itself just in one trade if you're patient. Very conservative minded. Obviously, you can tell by my commentary, conservative minded. So if you're conservative, come on aboard. If you're a leftist dingleberry, you want to join, that's fine. You can join. Just don't give me any of your crap about your leftist garbage. Otherwise, I'm going to kick your sorry you-know-what right off my server. I don't care. My rules. Live with it. I really believe the membership's awesome value. From a conservative standpoint, I think conservatives need to kind of take no prisoners attitude. I really believe that. Because if we don't do that, we're just going to get run over. We already are getting run over. And I think conservatives need to grow a pair of balls, be brave, be vigilant. Don't take any crap from the left. Tell them to go stick it where the sun don't shine. Because if we don't do that, folks, they'll just keep on doing what they're doing. And that's my 2 cents about the political environment and the political landscape. You know, as a Christian, no matter what, I'm going to continue to believe in God. And I'm going to continue to believe in Jesus Christ. And I will resist the left to my dying day because I know what they are. They're scumbags. That they'll do everything in their power to rob, steal, cheat, murder. This is what they do. They don't care. They don't live their lives by the same set of rules. A lot of people on the left, a lot of the power players that are Marxists and all that garbage, they don't live by this paradigm of right and wrong. They just live by what can I extract out of whoever and whatever to get what I want in life. If that includes doing something wrong, so be it. If that includes doing something right, so be it. So it's just a completely different mindset, right? The left doesn't, really think about right and wrong so much. It's just, their rules are kind of just like change every day, blowing in the wind like a fart in the wind, They may think that they live by right and wrong, but when you look at their behavior, the way it really works, they have no problem stealing elections, and they have no problem having open borders. They have no problem, stealing from their grandma when she ain't looking. It's that kind of crap, Lawlessness abound with the left. So I don't care about them one iota. And I've been saying that for a while. I don't care if the left thinks. I don't care if anybody doesn't like my content. I think there's going to be some huge, huge changes in the political landscape. There's going to be some huge changes in America. I think there's going to be a lot of blowback. I think the battle is on politically. We'll have to wait to see what really happens. I think you're going to see some serious turf wars. I think in Chicago, the illegal immigrants are going to clash with the black community up there. There's going to be massive gunfights in Chicago. That's coming. And I think that's not the only place it's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot of serious friction in the United States. There's going to be a lot of, I think it to come down to gun battles. I honestly believe that. You're going to watch what happens in Chicago, particularly. The gang wars that go on in Chicago in the black community, get ready. It's going to start happening with the illegal immigrants up there. There's going to be a massive gang wars going on in Chicago. And I think that kind of thing could easily spread in different cities throughout the United States where people are going to say enough is enough. And you're going to see some shooting. And I think the United States could be heading for some real, old Western style shootouts. I honestly believe that. That's probably on the horizon. And unlike a lot of other nations around the United States, America is not going to relinquish their firearms. That ain't going to happen, folks. Americans will build firearms in their damn garage if they have to. That's that. That's probably all I got to say. We'll see tomorrow morning what all these products are doing. So join me on Twitch for some commentary on all these same products about what I think they're going to do. Not tomorrow morning, sorry, Friday morning, Thursday morning I can't do it, but Friday morning I will. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.